Quote, "Is there profit without capital? Is there security for the monarch devoid of wise counselors?" Meaning of the quote. At its core, this quote delivers two powerful rhetorical truths. 1. Is there profit without capital? This asks whether one can expect any return without an initial investment. In literal terms, no business yields profit unless capital, money, resources or labor is first put in. More symbolically, it reminds us that no gain in life is possible without effort, risk and input. 2. Is there security for the monarch devoid of wise counselors? Even the most powerful leader is vulnerable without the insight and balance provided by trusted and intelligent advisors. Power without wisdom is fragile. Counsel brings perspective, balance and stability, essential for any enduring leadership. Together, these questions affirm a universal truth. All desirable outcomes require foundations. Whether it's wealth, wisdom, peace or security, nothing grows from emptiness. Spiritual perspective. In the realm of inner life and spiritual growth, this quote resonates profoundly. Profit can be seen as peace, awareness, joy, or enlightenment, the ultimate fruits of a deeper life. Capital in this context refers to discipline, contemplation, humility, and conscious effort. Spiritual maturity requires us to invest in our inner lives through consistent reflection, ethical living, and the letting go of ego. Just as financial profit doesn't come without risk and capital, spiritual clarity doesn't arise without inner work. The monarch represents our sense of self or ego. Alone without guidance, it leads to confusion or pride. The wise counselors are the inner voices of conscience, teachings from wise people, or moments of deep insight. Without them, the self feels insecure, constantly threatened by the unknown, egoic fears, or emotional instability. So the quote reminds us that growth, whether material or spiritual, is never accidental. It requires intentionality, guidance, and sacrifice. Scientific perspective. The quote also echoes fundamental scientific and logical principles. 1. In physics, no system produces output without energy input. The law of conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created from nothing, only transformed. Similarly, profit cannot be created from zero capital. 2. In systems theory, every well-functioning system has feedback loops. The monarch without wise counselors is like a system without feedback, prone to error, overreach, or collapse. 3. In psychology, human behavior and decision-making improve dramatically with external input, therapy, education, or social interaction. Left in isolation, even intelligent people can make flawed decisions due to cognitive biases or lack of perspective. 4. In evolution and biology, no organism thrives without resources, whether it's food, water, or nurturing from its environment. All growth requires input and cooperation, capital and counsel. This quote, though poetic, stands on the same principles that govern the natural world. Systems require structure, resources, and intelligent direction to thrive. Let's bring this wisdom to life through a short story. The Tale of Two Rulers. In a vast land, there were two kings. The first king believed in absolute self-reliance. He refused counsel, trusted only his instincts, and never invested in training his soldiers or growing his granaries. Why waste time, he thought. We already have the crown. The second king, younger but humbler, invested in his people. He listened to the elders, asked for the farmers' opinions, and welcomed criticism. He strengthened his army not just with weapons, but with education and values. Years passed. When a drought struck the land, the first king's kingdom fell into chaos. Unprepared and isolated, he lost control. But the second kingdom endured. The people stood together. Wise counsel helped make the right decisions. His investments paid off. One day, a traveler asked the wise king his secret. He smiled and said, There is no harvest without seed. No ruler stands without those who help him see. How this applies to everyday life. This quote is not just for kings or economists. It reflects practical wisdom for all of us. Career and work. You can't expect to get promoted, grow a business, or succeed in a new venture without putting in time, effort, resources, and learning. Profit doesn't appear magically. You must invest in yourself, build skills, and seek advice from mentors or peers. Relationships. Strong relationships with partners, friends, or family don't thrive passively. You must invest time, care, patience, and vulnerability. Without honest conversations, your wise counselors, even the strongest bond may break under pressure. Mental health. Just hoping to feel better doesn't work. You must invest in self-care, therapy, emotional awareness, and sometimes help from others. No inner peace without inner effort. Leadership. Anyone leading a team or project must listen to feedback, surround themselves with diverse perspectives, and be open to counsel. Ego without wisdom leads to poor judgment. Like a king with no counselors, leadership without collaboration invites collapse. Final reflection. This quote speaks to the architecture of success, stability, and wisdom. It reminds us that nothing comes from nothing. Outcomes are born of intention, action, and humility. Support and guidance aren't signs of weakness. They are the foundation of real strength. Thank you for joining this exploration of wisdom. If this message resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe for more insights into timeless truths. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step, and every great idea begins with a strong foundation. See you in the next episode.